definitely practice has been the hardest they've been. Coaches are pushing us harder than we've ever been pushed, and we're just embracing it, man, and we're just excited for the journey.
Why do you think they're pushing you guys harder to come off the last season?
I mean, because obviously we fell short of a lot of our goals that we had, and I mean that's not accepted here. That's not accepted. That's not. We don't come here to do that. So I think that's just ramped up more than ever now, and we just can't fall short again.
How about that hit that you laid on G in the scrimmage on Saturday? How'd that feel?
It felt good, but I didn't mean to do it like that. It was a real quick play. You catch it, hit, and what up, Coach? I meant to pull up, but I mean, me and G always competing. Me and the whole tight end unit always competing because I mean they got some dudes over there, the whole offense. So we're just competing with them.
What went into the decision for you to stay on the boundary?
A lot of goals that weren't achieved. That's really why. In the boundary, yeah. I mean, we're just doing what's best for the team at the end of the day. The coaching staff and defense feels most comfortable with me there. I feel most comfortable there, so that's what goes into that decision.
What can you do more this year that maybe you feel you didn't last year?
I mean, a lot of things, man. I'm here because I want to improve on things that I wasn't. Maybe I didn't like the way I played at last year. I mean, all types of things. I think I'm trying to improve my game all around. Be the most consistent. Try to be the most consistent safety in the country. I mean, that's really what I want to do.
How much easier are things now with the year in the system?
Almost way easier. I mean, the game slowed down. This is the first time I've been here that we've played the same defense for 2 years in a row. So that's one thing that I'm really excited about, to get more comfortable, man, and just play fast.
How did you see your role this year compared to last year?
Definitely got to step up more as a leader. I think that's the biggest thing for me. Step up more as a leader, and that's basically my biggest step up more as a leader and be consistent. Consistent is big. My biggest thing is just consistent because that's my biggest goal.
Lathan, we see Cam running with you guys in the runs a lot right now. What have you seen from him this spring that makes you think he can take that jump?
Man, he's been making a lot of plays, man. I mean, that's my brother right there. He's been making a lot of plays, man. Is great with the ball in the air, makes great plays on the ball, and then, man, when the ball gets in his hands, he's real scary. So I've been love playing with him, my brother out there, man.
Seems like you and him both took a little bit of heat toward the end of the season. Do you guys both use that as kind of motivation going into the winter workouts and then into the spring?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's funny. People, love to give heat, this and that. I mean, when you're playing good, you're at the top of the world. You make bad plays, you're at the bottom of the world. And I use that as fuel. I use that as fuel to get better every day. So that's really what I do.
Lathan, how big of a difference? I mean, I know it'll make some, but you get to go through winter. You're not rehabbing.
Yeah.
Do you feel that already? And did you think that there was a little bit of catch-up last year, even once you got on the field after what you missed?
I mean, most definitely, man. I mean, definitely a little catch-up. I felt a little rushed, and then now it's just like I get time to get my body to feel 100%, my mind to feel 100%, and then get out there and just, like I said, just get with the guys, and we get a lot of reps. I mean, the ones are taking a lot of reps. And just take advantage of those reps and get better as a whole defense.
I'm trying to remember. It doesn't feel like you've had a lot of opportunities to really do that. Like, COVID knocked out some of it when you got here. And it seemed like you've always been getting on the field, but without the opportunity of a ton of practice reps behind you. When was that? I'm trying to remember if you had the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I mean, this is my second winter since I've been here, so really excited about that. So I'm just trying to take advantage of that, take advantage of the reps. I mean, the only way to get better is reps. So just repping all the things I want to work on and then get more comfortable with the defense. We're just repping as a whole and then just fixing everything that we got to fix.
They've got Sonny behind you advantages. How have you seen him develop this past year for a guy that reclassified early in the team?
I mean, he's developed a lot. He's really mature for as young as he is, really mature. And definitely, I think, he gets better every day, comes to compete, man. And I'm really excited about Sonny.
How is that competition been? I know Jim said they put that there because everyone needs a little competition and also to add depth.
Yep.
How's it been going back and forth?
I mean, it's been good, man. I mean, we always just trying to make each other better, man. That's really the biggest thing. We always try to make each other better, help each other out. I love competition. So, that's one of the reasons you come to Ohio State. So I think just embracing that, man, and excited.
So do you see yourself as more of a run stopper or perfectly balanced between stopping the run and the pass?
Yeah, I think that's my biggest thing to work on is be the best overall safety, talking about run stop and in the coverage. I mean, I'm not trying to be one or the other. I'm trying to be as most versatile as I can be, and that's what I really want to focus on.
What are you weighing at?
I'm weighing about 208, 210.
Is that up?
Yeah, I've never weighed that. Thank you. No, I've never weighed that much. I think, Coach Mick, that was our biggest thing in the offseason is look like some of them safeties that were in the combine and getting ready for the draft. And, focus really with Coach Mick, Kayla, nutritionist, getting my body right. And, appreciate them.
How much did you weigh last year?
How much did I weigh last year? Not 210, I'll tell you that.
Is it nice playing with Josh on the first team defense right now in terms of the reps we've gotten to see rather than competing with him for that spot at safety? And also, just what was your reaction to hearing him come back for 6 years?
Excited for him to come back. I love playing with Josh. When I first came here as a freshman, Josh took me under his wing, and I looked up to Proc. And now that we're playing together, man, it's excited. We talked about this when I was a freshman, sophomore, so excited to go out there and make plays with him.
I guess in the same vein as that, you talk about competition a lot. Having Jihad in the room now, what's that done for the entire room? Has it raised the level? Do you feel like it's been a pretty good thing for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's been a good thing. No matter what players we add, him, Davison, all the players we add to the DBs, man, it just raised the competition, and we're excited and we embrace that. We want to be BIA, so we accept any dude that want to come in and try to be a part of it and make us better.
Seems like just yesterday you got here, but now you've got some freshmen coming in. You're one of the leaders. What have you seen from Malik so far? As one of the young guys going to try to make a first impression. Man,
Malik, he go in there. He's fearless. He's not afraid to throw his pads in there and make contact. And I love that about him. That gets me excited. So he's a young guy. He's learning, man. But he's definitely improving. He's improving fast. So I love what I'm seeing from Malik.
Sorry if you were asked this, but I remember last year you seemed really excited about getting back to the position you were recruited to play here.
Mm-hmm.
In your mind, is that more the adjuster or the bandit, or are those similar enough that it doesn't matter? You're comfortable in either?
Yeah, they're similar enough to where it really doesn't matter to me. I like the bandit. The bandit gets to do a lot of things, and it's a really versatile position, so I really like the bandit and really like to embrace it.
What do you like about kind of getting to stick your nose in and walk down, play in the box? And what do you think that suits your skill set?
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think my game is really physical, and I really like that about I like being part of the run. I like being a real physical player, so I think I try to just embrace that. And when I come down in the box, just make all the opportunities I can make and make plays.
You're one of the older guys now. Is that kind of surreal for you? You're like fourth-year guy now.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. It definitely went by fast, and I'm just trying to teach the young dudes things I learned from. Try to give them advice on certain situations, and then just try to give them as much feedback I can and be much leader I can on the field, and try to lead by example, and that's what I'm really trying to do.
Just one more from me. I know you mentioned you put on weight and muscle. How else do you feel like you're better going into your fourth year?
Definitely knowledge of the game. It's slowed down, like compared to my freshman year now, it's slowed down completely, and I think that's what I'm excited about. And then, like I said, the second year in the defense, in the defensive system, and I'm really excited about that. I'm just get comfortable in it and just play as fast as I can play.
Thanks, Lathan.
Thank you, Lathan.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate it, man.
Prep last year when they came to you and said you're going to be the Darnell Washington guy, we're going to just have you follow around.
I think it gave me confidence that they had that trust in me. So I think throughout that, getting ready for that little month we had, it was a good month for me. I think I gained some confidence. It was almost like camp again, so it was good. And I think that them putting that confidence in me, giving me that big of a role and that big of a game, I think that meant a lot to me.
What did it do? So you prepare for that the whole time, and then he ends up getting hurt and doesn't. I don't know. When we played one quarter in that game, so it kind of derails the plan I guess they had for you. How did you work through that mentally? This thing you prepared for kind of didn't come to fruition at the end.
I think they were still a 12 personnel team, so it was really just we just kept doing the game plan. Obviously he got hurt, but just doing our plan.
What were you, I guess, the most satisfied about how you performed there? What did you feel like you showed in that role and that opportunity?
I think just showing the ability to be able to do my job. Not letting the moment get too big. Just do my job.
How much does that whet your appetite for this year?
I just want to keep getting better. Coach E and the rest of the guys, everyone, they're pushing me every day. So just want to keep getting better.
Coach Knowles said yesterday the twos have to kick ass with the twos to earn more playing time. What does that mean to you?
I think I just make the most out of every rep. So, Coach E talked about the best players are going to play. You got to just make the most out of every rep.
Do you feel like you're doing that?
Yeah, I think I'm doing that.
When we hear
every day.
When we hear kick ass with the twos, I think maybe immediately your head goes to something physical. Is it also mental? Especially if you're talking about a position like adjuster where you have a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah, I think it's doing your job. Whether it's playing the deep third, whether it's you got to set the edge. So it could be a physical or mental thing. Just do your job. If you can't do your job out here, You can't expect them to put you out there to do your job on the big stage.
How much do you want to show how unique you can be for this defense?
I mean, I just want to show that I'm reliable, and whatever you ask me to do, I can do it.
How competitive?
I see your pops here a lot. Is he coaching you after practice? I mean, I see him kind of, you guys walk through stuff, he puts his hands up. I mean,
Yeah,
how does that help?
We just talk ball a little bit. It's not much, you know. I got my coach that I listen to. Me and my pops, we just talk ball.
Okay. Did it hurt you that Central lost? Is that tough?
A little bit. I think they had the team to win it. I think they could have won. But. I think as a safety room, we all push each other. You know, it's the power of the unit. That's what we like to say. So we all push each other to be the best versions of ourselves.
I'm just trying to pride yourself on learning just more than one position, not just being maybe abandoned, but also a guy that might be able to play all three.
I mean, right now I'm trying to just doing two positions. You know, just trying to get good at one thing. You know, not try to be great at just be okay at everything. I want to be good at one thing. You know, whatever coach he puts in front of me, I focus on that.
Sonny, where are you at just in terms of being here? I know you reclassified last year, came in as a younger guy, but how do you feel now, just culture-wise, maturity-wise? Like, where are you at?
I think I'm really glad that I reclassed. I think it gave me some confidence, gave me some maturity, and I feel like I'm in a really good place right now.
Does the spring feel a lot different than last year did, just because?
So, yeah, last year I came in the summer, so I didn't have a spring, but yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good right now. I feel like I'm in a good place. You know, just got to keep working.
Was there ever a point in the season last year, Sonny, where you were thinking, did you second guess it at all? That, man, I could be a baller with my buddy still.
No, I never second guessed it. I knew I came here early. I came here early to get better. You know, I feel like coming here, I was going to get better every day. I was going to do the best every day.
Yeah.
And I actually got a chance to play. I mean, I came here expecting to just get better. If I get a chance to play, I get a chance to play. I expect to get on special teams and go hard and do something for my team, play that role.
Yeah.
So.
And what was as you look back on, what was the biggest benefit? Obviously, getting to play some was one, but do you feel bigger and stronger? I mean, you know, compared to a year ago, what is that physical sense?
Yeah, I definitely feel bigger and stronger. You know, I didn't gain too much weight, but I definitely feel stronger. But I think the big thing was the mental part of it. You know, being able to get comfortable with the playbook, where I'm able to tell other people what they're doing. You know, stuff like that. So that gives me a lot of confidence. And then obviously just that playing time, like you said, that does build confidence as well.
Yeah, you know.
I believe that you've been here now less than a year.
A little bit. It flew by a little bit, but yeah.
We talked to this technique of learning how to adjust to expectations and not putting too much on yourself right away. How often you try to find yourself checking yourself? You have expectations of yourself, but you also know that it's only been 9 months and progress comes over time too.
I think the expectation for myself is just to be the best version of myself every day. You know, don't, like Coach E talks to me about, you know, just have tunnel vision. You know, don't listen to too many people over here, listen to too many people here. Just come out here and do your job and go hard and just be the best version of yourself every single day.
Did your dad kind of prep you for what you were about to get yourself into as far as playing football at the Ohio State University?
I mean, I think he prepped me and my brother my whole life for just being a football player, you know, what that takes. So I think that was a blessing to have him in my life, and definitely an advantage.
But I mean, did he kind of prep you like, okay, you know, I mean, when you go play football for Ohio State, like, this is what you can expect. There's going to be a bunch of reporters standing around you and this and that. Just not just the playing aspect, but just the entire culture.
Yeah, he definitely prepared me for that. You know, this is the Ohio State, like you said, and there's a lot of cameras around all the time. So yeah, he definitely notified me of that.
Who else in the safety room really impresses you right now? I know you're going to say everybody, but like, is there anybody in particular, like some attribute they have, some skill they have that has impressed you a lot this spring?
I mean, I think everyone in the safety room got something to them. You know, some people might be a little different, but we're all the power of the unit. We're all ballers.
What's the thing that maybe pushes you the most? Like, you're like, oh, I've still got a ways to go here.
I think seeing some of them guys at Pro Day, you know, I hope I can be there someday. So I think just trying to be the best version of myself every day. You know, I'm real cool with Parrish. I like to talk to him a lot, pick at his mind, and just talk about how his mindset was. You know, I'm seeing him. He's about to go be a top 10 draft pick. It's crazy. So when you're seeing guys like that, it really motivates you.
So a lot of us keep sitting around, and I think the phrase that keeps coming up is Sonny Styles has got to be on the field somewhere this year. Are you feeling that too? I mean, are you feeling that you're making those kind of strides that deserve playing time? Let's put it that way.
I'm not gonna say I feel like anything. I think I just want to work hard and prove to the coaches that I'm trustworthy. You know, I can do my job and I'm capable of things.
Yeah, and they're working you at that safety spot where you can be in the force in 1 minute and coverage the next. Right? How comfortable is that for you? What do you like about it?
I think it works to my skill set. You know, I think it works to my skill set. I think I'm a big guy. I can move a little bit, so I think I'm more than capable of doing it.
Could you see yourself playing that jack position at some point in this Knowles defense?
I don't know. They never really talked to me about that. But
yeah, I got you.
Sonny, you talked about it's kind of surreal to get playing time so quickly. That, college football playoff game, you played more than 10 snaps. What was that moment like, and what did you take away from that experience?
Obviously it was a big moment, but for me coming into, I just want to do my job. I think when you make it simple like that, you don't let the moment get too big.
What's the addition of Jihad been like so far?
I mean, he's a great player. Yeah, so I really like him. They got him playing nickel. He's a really good player.
Where do you feel you're more comfortable this year than you were last year?
More comfortable?
Yeah, just like where do you feel you improved the most? Where do you feel you contribute better?
I think being almost like a leader on the field a little bit. Be able to tell guys what they're doing, different stuff like that. Being comfortable with the playbook, knowing what I'm doing, be able to know what everyone else is doing. I think that makes me more comfortable. And I think that's why I was glad I came early and be able to know the playbook.
How fast was stuff moving for you last year, like being on the field?
A little bit. I mean, I think I was ready for it. That Wisconsin game, I didn't know I was going to play that much. But yeah, I think I kind of came from me fast. But I was ready for it. I mean, that's why they had me out there. So.
Number change. Is that your decision? Did someone already ask you this?
No. It was my decision, but I didn't really it's not like 6 or some special number. I picked a number.
You just draw numbers out of a hat or something?
I was like, yeah, that's all right.
So I've been here so long. I covered your dad, and one of the things that stood out to me about was how tough he was. Has he been? I don't know. Has he been instilling that in you and your brother for a while to play this game? I mean, how has he approached that aspect of this game with you guys about knowing what to expect? Just about the toughness factor.
Yeah, I think our whole life, something that he talked about when it comes to the game of football. Never be out physical. Knowing where your help's at, using it, especially on defense, and playing smart.
Yeah.
And just seeing the field. That's what he taught me. Taught me a lot on defense and just doing your job. Yeah. That's a big thing. I know I keep saying it, but I think it's a big thing for me.
Thanks, Pete.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Sonny.
Yes, sir.
What do you need to do to kind of hold on to that job?
Feels really good. I think the main thing for me is just consistency. And just knowing the confidence I have for myself too as well. I feel like I've been building that. I built that last year, building that again with just the second year under my belt with defense and everything like that too. Tanner was a really good mentor for me as well. And I've been healthy this year too as well. So I think just kind of putting all those things together, all the little things together, and just stacking each day by day. And I feel like that's just really the biggest things I need to work on this offseason. He's doing good. It's good. Like I said, Tanner helped me a lot, so now I'm just kind of showing him the ropes and stuff like that as well. This is all new to him, and just any way I can help him, and just help him, elevate his game too, and just to where he's getting to play confident as well, and kind of just taking on that role for him as well.
Can you sort of take us through last year from a health standpoint for you? Because I don't know if it was always apparent to us exactly where you were kind of getting held back.
Yeah, I mean, so there was a lot of ups and downs. Week 3, I had a sprained ankle, and it was kind of lingering for a few weeks, and I kind of re-aggravated it again towards the end of the season too. Never really felt 100% when I was playing, never felt the best, and I think that was something that had caught up to me towards the end as well. And this year was kind of big for me just to be healthy and not be able to sit out any practices, anything like that. But that was something that was wearing me down a lot, I would say, last season, and it's just something that I'm trying to avoid and don't want to get back to again.
What is the competition like in the safety group this spring? Because it seems like a pretty stacked group.
It's competitive. One of the main emphasis that we've just been big on is winning. Winning your competition. But I think when you have a lot of competition like that, especially just in the individual room, I feel like that makes you better as a player and as a person as well. I think we're all we all have a fire spark under under us, especially with last year and stuff like that. So just going in every day, every practice, and just taking a lot of stuff seriously, and just knowing what we're trying to get to as well, and how we want to be as a player, and also how we want to be as a back end as well.
Coach Knowles was telling us yesterday, talking Tuesday, I guess it was, about eventually using some guys with corner experience at that nickel position. And you're a guy who, when you came in, you got some corner experience too. Do you feel like that versatility is important at that position?
I feel like it's really important. The way I see it a lot too is I'm really an inside corner. You know what I mean? And I'm just playing from off. It's kind of the way I kind of simplified it, especially learning it. Now there's sometimes I will be able to play safety as well and rotate, but main job is stopping the man in front of me. That's the first and foremost thing, and that's how it was on the outside as well. And that's kind of just a lot of stuff that correlated to that, and I feel like that was an easy transition for me being an inside.
Does that person need to be a 3-down player, or can you guys maybe maximize it by having somebody who's that nickel on early downs and then somebody comes in on 3rd down?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on how coach is feeling. Personally for me, I feel like I can be a 3-down player. I feel like I can play a lot bigger than what people may think. And I think that's good too, just allowing that you don't have to really change anything. You'd be able to go 3 down or go a whole drive without being able to switch. And like I said, they go bigger personnel. It really doesn't matter for us. We're still able to play the same way we still can. So.
Cam, you talked about building confidence. How do you do that in spring? Is that like going against Marvin, he's in the slot, and winning a rep? How do you build that confidence?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're going against the best receiver in the country, and you're able to stop him and make plays on him, I mean, that boosts your confidence more than anything for sure. But it's mainly just reps. I'm still fairly new at this position. I would say this is my 4th year going into it. And I feel like each year has definitely progressed for me a lot. Like I said, spring ball really helps. Being able to come here practice one, none really felt like I had to have training wheels on or anything like that, taking the training wheels off. It was mainly just a continuation for me from bowl practice, and that's kind of how I carry on to it.
Are they asking for different things from the nickel this year compared to last year, or is it mainly the same?
Mainly the same, just little things you can improve on. Obviously, there's a lot of weaknesses that we're able to find, last season, and we just kind of put that in the spring ball and just try to enhance a lot of stuff and get better at it as well.
What's it like for you to be in the same defense 2 years in a row finally?
It feels really good. It's actually I was actually talking to my parents about it. It's kind of crazy because this is the first year doing that. I didn't have to. Every year I had to learn or kind of get to build relationships with the new coach, new defense, and everything like that, and just kind of taking on the mental reps and all that stuff. But now it's like I can come out here and I can just play and just be myself. And I think that's really good. Like I said, I really like this coaching staff. I really like what we're able to do. And I think that's helped me take my game to the next level.
It's going to sound kind of funny, but can you tell that you played a lot last year? Can you tell right now that you got a lot of experience? Like you understand what I'm saying? How's it showing up, I guess?
Yeah, I think it's just showing up on the field just by making plays. There's a lot of stuff. I think you need those game reps to be able to grow, honestly. Yeah. And I feel like I was able to do that last year. Maybe I didn't get as much as I wanted to, and especially being banged up didn't help me a lot either. But being able to do that now and just kind of taking on spring practice and making those plays and everything and how natural a lot of stuff is, and I think that kind of correlates to game reps that we've had in the past.
Cam, this is my, I think, 40th year covering Ohio State football, and I can name every defensive back almost who's played, and they learned the hard way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they all made mistakes at one time or another once they're thrust in there and stuff. What have you learned most from the mistake part, that it can happen at any moment? I mean, you know what I mean? What have you learned how to compartmentalize, I guess, you know what I mean, that the next play is the most important one?
I think just the biggest thing is just kind of just snapping out of that. Like you said, the most important play is the next play.
Yeah.
And when you're on offense, I was playing offense in high school. You don't really think that way.
Yeah.
A lot of control was within me because I was a quarterback. But there's a lot of things you can't control on defense, and it shows up, especially in the back end as well. And there's a lot of things you just gotta, and that's where the confidence comes in within yourself. Knowing that that's not going to happen the next play, just kind of snapping out of it. And I've been working on that here at spring practice as well. If something doesn't go my way, you got the next play, you got the next rack, next period. So that's really big on me, and that's kind of what I've been trying to build towards the next season.
You said you played offense.
Last question.
Yeah.
What position?
Played quarterback.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
What kind of transition was that, like playing quarterback? I mean, I'm assuming you played both ways, right? In high school.
Not even. It was,
You played primarily quarterback in high school? You didn't play any defense?
No, in junior and senior, I played all quarterback.
And then you come in here, and now all of a sudden you're on the other side of the football.
Yes, sir.
What was that like as far as that transition?
It was a big transition. A lot of stuff wasn't fairly different just because just being a quarterback and stuff, just coverages and stuff I was able to familiarize. But it was definitely a big transition. You know, it's a lot of stuff. I'm running away from people on offense as to where I'm on defense and I got to hit people now and stuff like that. But I think the transition's been really well. I kind of understood going in that it was going to be a process. And I feel like it's all paying off and working out now.
All right, thank you, Cam. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Cam.
Yeah, no problem.
How are you liking it in this program right now, and what are your early impressions of Ohio State?
I'm good, and just to transfer, the brotherhood, they welcome me in, BIA of course, and we compete for sure.
Is it everything you kind of expected it to be after taking visits and talking to the coaches and stuff like that? Now that you've gotten into some practices here.
Yeah, most definitely. Coming on my visit, watching the videos, about the brotherhood, and that thing is real. Everybody, holds everybody accountable, like everywhere. But here it's a little different. Like when they say brotherhood, like like all in one, and it's really a true family.
So why are you here? Like, why you were a starter at Syracuse? Why did you want to leave there? Why did you pick here?
Coach changed my defensive coordinator, took another job, and that was tough for me. Sticking around, not knowing who the defensive coordinator was going to be. So I just decided to enter the transfer portal to excel. My opportunity.
Were you surprised that a place like Ohio State then reached out to you? Were you shooting that high when you went in the portal? If you understand what I'm asking?
Yes, sir. Early on, even in high school, I was getting recruited by, a lot of top schools. So, I kind of knew, just didn't know at the time which one. But, going through the process, this definitely was the best fit.
You talk about the brotherhood and all of that, but what's been your impressions of Coach Eliano and how he's kind of taken you into that room?
Coach Eliano, he's one person, on the field, in the film room, like he's always the same, and he's gonna hold you accountable and make sure he do what he got to do to get you better. So I love that about Coach E.
Do you feel like this has been a pretty smooth transition for you? I know that you might think Syracuse to Ohio State is a big jump, but for you, how have you made that transition? How does it feel for you? It's still kind of the same, college football, but like here, it's just a little bit more, up tempo. They shoot for different things. Obviously, playing a team up north, like emphasizing games and stuff and things like that more. So you're already saying team up north? You already got that drilled into your head?
Yeah, I had to. Walking in here day one, I had to.
Sorry if you've been asked before, but just the adjustment to getting here, what's it been like, and the way that the guys and the coaching staff has embraced you up to this point?
Like I stated earlier, they brought me in, the brotherhood, and that was something that, I seen but didn't really, know what it was about. And, it held up to the bargain, and it definitely, they brought me in with open arms, and, every day, it's just compete.
This is a deep room for safety. Just knowing the competition, why pick here when maybe you could have played and been guaranteed a starting place somewhere else?
I felt like it was a good fit, and the defense, Coach knows, and I like how he operates the defense. So I just felt like it was the best fit, and I'm down to compete wherever, no matter what school.
How do you see your skill set fitting into this system that he has here? I know it's a safety-led defense too.
Yeah, I'm a versatile player. Can play man, zone, come up and tackle. I feel like I can do it all, get off blocks, like everything. So, in this defense, like you said, safety-led defense. So I just feel like, once I get rolling, like, just going to be back to my old self.
When I talked to your prep coach, Ryan Williams, he called you fearless. Where does that come from?
Really just growing up, Richmond, Virginia. My mother, she installed that, me and my two brothers, since we was little, just going everything, do your best and, just give it your all. So, just being fearless, like keeping my head on straight and knowing that I can do, anything no matter what it is.
Does that mindset play at all into why you come to a place like this, and even though you have to compete as far as like having a space that's already kind of established for you?
Yes, sir. Like I said, competing, that's something that I did my whole life. And coming here, like I said, I just felt like it was a good opportunity, and I'm willing to do whatever I got to do to excel to get to that next level.
At all three safety positions, or more specifically at the nickel? Where have they kind of had you working with?
Really, getting around, everything so I can learn, all the positions, because, just don't want to be, singleized in one position. It's good if you're playing one position to know everything, because, you never know different adjustments. You know, you have to go in the game. You got to be ready at all times.
Is that kind of overwhelming to try and you're not only in a new place and learning a new defense, but also learning multiple positions? Was that kind of a tough learning curve as you were adjusting to that?
I mean, yeah, but, you know, I'm up for any challenge. You know, you got to do the things, you know, the unseen work, you know, coming in for film and, you know, studying on your own, you know, outside of practice and things like that. So those are things that I've been doing.
Are you starting to see that, you know, you guys talk about seeing the game slow down a little bit when you start to kind of get it. Are you starting to see that now?
Yes, sir. Game definitely slowing down. And it's just, you know, just can't wait to, you know, get rolling really in the season.
You've gotten to play, you know, in the same defense now this spring with Sonny. You've been around college football for a long time. What's different about Sonny?
Sonny, you know, Sonny a good dude. My time being here, you know, like I said, all the guys, you know, welcome me in. You know, being around Sonny, big physical guy, and you know, he gonna like everybody else, he's willing to do whatever he got to do, you know, to put it all out there.
We'll get Jordan Hancock right in here. Jair, thank you.
Explain maybe the thought process you went through, what you thought maybe your options were, and why you stayed here at Ohio State.
Honestly, I just felt like it's the best fit for me, and can't nobody stop me if I get out my own way. So just decided to stay here, buckle down, and handle my business.
What does that mean? If you stay out of your own way, what does that mean to you?
As far as handling myself on the field, off the field, just being consistent in life.
Do you feel like there's like a better version of you that's still out there yet?
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's why I'm working towards. Just being consistent in everything I do day in and day out. Whether that's football, classroom, being a better person, anything.
Okay.
Jim Knowles had said that the adjuster might be a more natural fit for you. Why do you feel that is? What about it suits your skill set?
I came in playing free safety. It's kind of what I was used to. See ball, get ball. I like running around, being that kind of free guy, just roaming. And I don't know.
It seems like, does that fit your personality, just, I mean, naturally off the field, free guy roaming around kind of a thing?
I think so. I like to play free, have fun. So you hear me out there a lot of times talking, yelling, just being goofy. So I think that fits me good.
Josh, when was the last time you were in the same defense 2 years in a row?
This is my first time. First time in 7 years, honestly. I've had a new coach, new system every year since I've been here, so that's probably been the biggest challenge. But other than that, yeah.
So what's it like now that you're in the same defense?
It feels good. I'm learning a new spot, and as far as that goes, I mean, not really much has changed, but it's definitely easier to pick up on things and remember things from last year that I probably didn't notice.
Could anybody have prepared you for that? Like every year, it's just going to be something new for you.
No, that's something I definitely didn't expect. But at the end of the day, it's a business. So,
Coach, between the two safety spots, is there about the same amount of like decision making from play to play, or things you've got to be aware of, or is one more instinctual than the other? Or?
I think it's about the same amount. I mean, we communicate on and on off. Coach makes sure that we're talking to each other every play, eye contact, everything. So
staying out of your own way, are there things when you look back on your career here so far, either off the field or on the field, where you think, oh man, I maybe could have done that better. I could have been a little more locked in. Are you seeing things where maybe in the past you weren't where you are now?
Oh, for sure. Like I said, that just goes with being more consistent on and off the field, whether that's watching film, taking care of my body, weight room, all that stuff ties into it. So it's just more being consistent in every little aspect that you can be and literally honing in on those details.
Did you arrive at this on your own? Did people in your family talk to you about it? Did coaches talk to you about it? How did you create this mindset for yourself?
Had the help of everybody. Yeah, it was a lot, but like, I had my mom, I had my parents, I had my brothers, I had my coaches. Like, it was never just like I was left out to dry.
Yeah.
Like, I always had someone in my ear giving me some insight or something.
Okay. Because I mean, this is what life is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you learn as you get older. You came here, what were you, 18 when you got here? How old are you now?
24. I just turned 24 to 27.
You're like a man now, right? Like, how do you feel about this process, and what could it mean for you on the field as a football player if you've sort of undergone this?
It feels good, honestly, because I feel like I felt myself mature over the years, and I can see change in the way I think and the way I handle myself and handle my business. So yeah, it definitely feels good.
I can see you now. Like, are you going to be one of these guys going to the freshmen and let me tell you about it? And now that I'm old, right? Do you have wisdom to impart on people?
Definitely. I got a lot of stories. I got a lot of insight. I've been around all type of different coaches, all type of different atmospheres. So yeah, it's definitely one of those situations when it comes to that. So.
When last season ended, I guess, how seriously were you considering other options, whether it was transferring or going pro, or?
I'd say just 50-50. Didn't think too much about it, and tried to think a lot about it at the same time. And at the end of the day, I trusted God. I prayed day in and day out, and I feel like I made the best decision at the end of the day.
What was the moment where it kind of clicked, and what, I guess, were some of those conversations like with the coaching staff?
How would I put that? I guess the deciding factor for me was just having a chance to help these younger guys out. I mean, really take on the leader role and not just talk about it, but be about it and stand on my business. So I feel like that was really where I decided that, yeah, this is the place for me. And I know the coaches got my back, so just thought this is the best process for me to go through. So
you feel like the way things are going so far have already kind of validated that decision as being the right thing to do?
Oh, for sure. As far as, like I said, just handling my business, helping those young guys out, trying to be that leader on the field that the coaches expect me to be, that I want to be at the end of the day. So, yeah.
When you were having those conversations with the coaches, was part of that saying, like, hey, I would kind of rather play that free safety position, or was that really not a factor?
Honestly, I thought I was going to be at the Bandit. I didn't care. I just wanted to be on the field, honestly. Didn't matter. So when they threw it at me, I kind of got excited. I was excited, definitely, because I love free safety. But I didn't really put too much thought into it. I didn't have too many conversations with him about it.
Is it nice getting to play, with Lathan on that kind of first team unit right now, rather than competing for the same spot at Bandit?
I mean, yeah, it's nice, but I'm never going to shy away from competition. Win or lose, I love competition. That's why I'm here. That's why we come here, to compete.
But you talked about it being the first time in like 7 years you've had the same coach, same system back-to-back years. How has the conversations changed with you amongst the other safeties, just about like how you're working within the defense? What changes year one to year two when you've had a year to adjust to the scheme?
We know the scheme. We know the scheme. We know the ins and outs. We know the whys. And I feel like us having another year under our belt to learn the system day in and day out and come in and get on the film and see different things that we didn't see last year, it helped a lot, just paying attention to those details and able to respond to it.
Spring game's coming up soon. What do you want to show to Buckeye Nation, even just being in the scrimmage here?
I want to show them I'm here. And I'm not going nowhere. I'm a playmaker at the end of the day. I'm a Buckeye, and I want to win a championship for them, so that's it.
How about as a unit?
As a unit, we just want to show that we be all right, and we ain't never went nowhere.
I gotta ask one. I love when football players get philosophical. You seem like you've got like a sense of life, right? 24-year-old man, learned all these lessons. When you have a season like last year, where I would guess maybe you didn't end up playing as much as you thought you would. Sometimes in those situations, maybe a guy thinks, you know what, like it just didn't work out. Maybe I need to go somewhere else. You're still here. Did you feel that? Did you think that anywhere along the way?
I'm not going to lie and say that I didn't feel that, but at the same time, this is always a place I wanted to be. That's why I signed that letter of intent to come here. I love to compete. I love this atmosphere. I love Ohio State. So I just felt like this was literally the best decision for me, and it helped me grow in a lot of different ways.
All right. Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.